All right, we are live. Good morning, LEC community. Thank you so much for being with us for our 2021 virtual career fair. Last year was our first year trying our career fair online. It went great. And so we said, hey, I know the world's getting back to normal just a little bit, but we know that it's so simple to access so many different parts of the world and of the country and of the city, really, by being online. And so here we are with our 2021 virtual career fair. We have 12 amazing school systems that are participating with us today. Most of them here in the Kansas City Metro, 2 of them in national places, or, of course we're in a national place, but in a place outside of Kansas City. And we're going to get started. Before we do that, know that after every school, we will have a survey link. No worries if you don't get to it. I'm sure most of us are in the middle of a work day, but we want to give you the opportunity to let us know what we're doing well and what we can do better. So without further ado, we are so excited to have our first participant of the morning be actually one of our partners, the Brookside Charter School. Emily, Dustin, how are you this morning?
We're doing well. We're just so happy to be with you guys. I want to give LEC out. Since last year when COVID hit, I think you guys really took the forefront in just delivering content digitally and reaching out to the community in all kinds of ways. So we're excited to partner with you, and we're happy to be here this morning.
Yeah, just to echo what Emily said, just so happy to be here and be in partnership with your great organization and all the great all the great people that are a part of it. So thank you again for having us.
Thank you so much. We had a meeting earlier this week, and just to know that our efforts, are making an impact. At least, in places like Brookside, and it means a lot to us that you all appreciate the work that we do. We likewise appreciate the work that you do. So tell us, our viewers are watching this morning or perhaps this weekend after they get the recording to see why is Brookside a school system that they should consider. So Emily, Dustin, start us off.
Okay, yeah, thank you. The exciting thing about Kansas City right now is there's so many options that are viable for people. So we just want to tell you what makes Brookside unique and see if it's a good fit for any of the listeners. Brookside Charter School has been around for 19 years. We are a pre-K through 8th grade. We're located on 63rd and Woodland, and our motto is enter to learn, exit to lead. We have a leadership flagship theme at our school.
Also, I would like to say about Brookside is we're on the cutting edge of a lot of different practices too. One thing I love about Brookside is our approach to discipline. We believe in restorative practices and healing all the harm that has may occurred first, and believe that's the ultimate way to address students' needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's just some statistics that might be important to listeners, particularly people who are looking for a job and seeing if they fit in. Specifically the Latinx community is smaller at Brookside. It's a growing population. So I want to make that clear to anyone that would be joining our school that you would be a pioneer in helping us establish this culture and belonging that's needed. If you want to go on, we have 3 campuses that operate really, 3 schools that operate on the same campus. So we have a primary school, and if you go to the next slide, some of the highlights of the primary school are everybody does morning meetings. We believe in play-based learning that's developmentally appropriate for young people. So our small group instruction happens while kids are out at their centers. They important constructivist learning and the blended learning. We have access. Can you guys hear me? We have access to, okay, it said it was unstable. We have access to computers at all levels because we've had to send computers home with all children during COVID. Everybody has an unlimited hotspot and a Chromebook. And I'm sure that our babies are going to want to spend less time on computers when they're back in the building and more time playing. So we'll make sure to keep that in mind as we plan curriculum for next year. We have classroom pre-K through 5. You want to talk about intermediate school?
Oh yes, intermediate school is great. It's 3 through 5, and I don't know if Emily had hit on this. I have a lot of people just came through the office, but we have co-teaching, which I think is really unique because students get to have that small classroom feel, but also 2 teachers in the room to really help them with the different learnings because they all have different learning styles. Students typically start off the day with a morning meeting and go through all the different requirements throughout the day as far as math. They have ELA, they have specials, and at Brookside Charter we also believe in leadership here, so they have the chance to serve on action teams and be part of the decision making process in the school, and ultimately start taking that leadership role early as in the younger grades, but the intermediate grades is really where we start to see them take hold of that opportunity and start to become something of themselves and really kind of create and mold the school on how they see it.
The Project Lead the Way was on there too. A lot of schools are offering that these days, but those are just your pathway to STEAM jobs. And we are committed to bringing in outside so the children see adults reflective of them in those careers and giving them opportunities that allow them that hands-on experiential learning. Having two teachers in the classroom also good for the adult. The adult can maintain the energy reserves that they do all the tasks that we ask teachers to do these days, which is really humanly impossible for one person to pull off. So it allows our adults to stay, more centered and more balanced so that they can provide all the great things that children need. Thank you. We're just going through the slide deck. In the middle school, we are not representatives of the middle school. Dustin and I both work on the elementary side, but we will speak for the middle school. In the middle school, one of the leadership goals is belonging, and they're really big on providing activities, clubs, internships. They want every kid, whether you're the science kid, the athlete kid, the music kid, the drumline kid, they want everybody to have something where they feel like they belong. And so they do a lot of that. It's also working with restorative practices. We work with the Center for Conflict Resolution and MOXA. We have leadership teams for both of those. And the children are now training to be peer mentors where they can help each other resolve conflicts. So school has a lot of nice things going on, and they are committed to getting children to any high school they want to go to in the Kansas City area. Navigating high schools and elementary schools is super hard for parents in the Kansas City area. We know that. And so they work really on that.
And I also want to add, Emily, that our kids go to the best high schools in the city.
They do. They go to Lincoln, they go to Rockhurst, they go to Cristo Rey, they go to Paseo. They go where they want to go. We help them develop their skill set and bring all the high schools to them so they know they have choice and hopefully have a little ownership in the kind of high school that they think fits for them and help their parents determine that too.
Yes, and I also want to throw a shameless plug for our athletics too. Truth be told, we have a great athletics program. We are so competitive. I like to pride ourselves at the best in the city from our track program, volleyball, as well as girls and boys basketball. Our kids really compete day in and night in and day and night, every competition they do. And as well as I just want to capitalize on the fact that they are student athletes. We do have a rigorous standard as for our student athletes to be able to be part of sports. They must maintain that B average. So I'm really impressed that the students are already learning at such a young age to balance school and athletics, as well as different activities that we have at the school. Maybe debate club, but our students really learn how to be leaders and earn those executive functioning skills, and they build on them every year with all the different enrichment opportunities we have throughout the school.
Yeah, I would say it's nice to be a pre-K through 8 campus. We really get to know the kids for a long time in their career. We have siblings that come back, and it's a real community feel, like several schools offer in Kansas City. It's fun to see the kids develop over all of those years. Last year, we got the distinguishment of being a Lighthouse Leadership School. We were the 6th charter school in the world to get this distinguishment. It's just basically something we've done for 11 years. We've been a Leader in Me school. We've worked on developing our leadership, our culture, and our academics using the framework of Leader in Me, which is based on the 7 habits of highly effective people. So if you want to know more about that, there's a ton of information on our website, and you can find out more about that. One of the questions was about what kind of teachers we hire, or what sort of attributes we're looking for in teachers. As we said, we do co-teach, so you need to be someone that's collaborative, someone that can bounce ideas off another person and learn how to do that dance. We are a tight community, so we want you to participate in things outside, like I see pictures of the drive-in movie, or the drive-in pre-K roundup, or the staff volleyball versus Kaufman game, so we want you to be someone that can stretch outside of the classroom and learn to be part of our community inside and outside the classroom.
And I would say with that, Emily, we ultimately, want people to, want to have student-centered outcomes. I feel like that's why so many of our teachers have strong relationships with our students and our families, is because, that we engage with them outside of school, on weekends, and even together as we work on different action teams to make the school a better place and to have different things for students. We are an awesome community, and I feel like that's one of the best parts of Brookside, is because you have genuine relationships with people who actually like working with each other, and it's all for the kids and for the betterment of the school. And this is a great environment where we get to, have flexibility to do those things.
Yeah, I would agree. There's a lot of good choices out there for employees. Something that we do well is we focus on the whole child. We're not just about banging the academic test score drum. We want to make sure that we're reaching all aspects of a child's belonging. And also we want to find the genius in every child. All children are welcome at our school, and it's our job to find your strengths and recognize them. And so there are a lot of things we do to make sure that happens. And then finally, something that we're on a path right now is we made a commitment to the 12 demands, and we work with community members from the coalition, which are part of Susanna. We work with Surge as well, and we are making sure that our teachers are anti-racist. So you will receive this year more than 8 hours, but we have committed with the board to at least 8 hours of training a year. And you will get feedback on those practices as well.
Yeah, I love that our staff has the opportunity to grow professionally in so many ways here at Brookside, and those are the type of educators that we are looking for, those lifelong learners that are able to absorb new information, whether it be something academic or something as serious as anti-racist practices, and apply that to our teaching and be reflective about it. We have a number of openings in the elementary, and are definitely seeking candidates who, what we described kind of resonates with. I think that this will be a place where you feel like the work you do it matters, and you'll be happy here, because what we do does make a difference, because what every student requires is not the same, and that's all that I feel like we ultimately want to do, is just provide an equitable education for each and every one of our students, and what each student needs differs. And I love how we have different avenues to meet those needs for students, and no one's path is the same, and we just love helping kids along that way, to find their path to success.
Yeah, very true. Over here on the white rectangle, you've got all the job openings. We in our ESSER 3 funds to expand some opportunities and get more teachers on deck. There's information about how to check us out online, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. You can also go to www.brooksidecharter.org and go to the careers tab. We are having a career fair on Saturday, May 1st at 1:00 p.m. You're welcome to join us. If that opportunity does not work for you, you're welcome to go ahead and turn in your resume, reach out to you and schedule a time that might work.
Well, Brookside Charter, I mean, what an amazing school, what an amazing system, amazing people. Emily, Dustin, thank you so much for being with us this morning. LEC community, you see several opportunities here that are coming up for the next school year, and you see more than one way to get a hold of Brookside Charter if an opportunity seems like one that you would like to pursue. As always, I am here to support you in those pursuits as well. So Susana at latinxedco.org if you would like to know more about any of these positions. Emily, Dustin, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, and we'll keep in touch.
Awesome. Thanks for having us. Have a great day, LEC.
Bye.
And
Thank
nice
you
to talk
again.
to all your
We appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, LEC community, we are going to forge ahead before we move on to our next school system, which is Olathe Public Schools. We do appreciate your feedback. We offer an opportunity for you all to let us know how we're doing, how we could be better, because ultimately we want to be the organization that you need us as educators.